I'm here with Einar to talk about his solo record, Vox Occulta, comes out April 24th on Century Media. Another solo record. You're presenting us with the latest. Let's talk about it. Let's get right into it. When it comes for your vision of what music is, how much of that vision has changed over the years?
Oh, that was got me unprepared there. That was a big question.
Because you're very
Like
versatile in terms of what you do, either as your solo stuff or with Leprous. You're not someone that I feel I can easily be boxed in. So,
no, but I think that comes more due to lack of caring about genres and what music should be and shouldn't be. I don't care. I just do my thing and kind of disregard expectations as much as I can and so to me my music will gradually change into something else over time. That's how it's always been. When you listen to the early Leprous records to what I do now, it's pretty different, and it's gonna continue like that. But I don't see myself doing any like sudden changes or I so every all change for me should be kind of gradual. So yeah, I haven't like ever radically changed the way that I see music, but it's just like it kind of develops in the same way that life does. I mean, just gradually.
you mentioned a very important aspect there. You said ex others' expectations of my music. What about your own expectations? What are those expectations when the time comes for you to write a new record like this one, Vox
Mhm.
Occulta?
Nothing. You cannot really write with expectations because that means that you need to be able to calculate your way to a good album, but and you can't. Creativity is very random and you just kind of just like it's chaotic, but the way that you get better at it is to get better at like maneuvering in the chaos in a way and like steering it a bit where you want to have it. So like I don't write with expectations. I think expectations is the root of a lot of bad things in general, honestly. And if people just live less with less expectations in life, they everything works out a bit more smooth, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
you'll be a little bit happier.
Yeah.
When I received the promo for this album, there was one sentence in the whole promo package that really caught my attention. It was, I want to be seen as the cinematic person in Prague. First of all, did you really say that?
I said something much more humble, and then we decided to be a bit more American about it. Uh, like it's a time of where social media rules everything, and you cannot really come with like, oh, sorry that I exist type of Norwegian attitude anymore. It doesn't work. So I closed my eyes and I said, go for it to the guys.
So let's assume that that was your exact sentence and those were your exact words. When you look at this record, is this in order for that to be the goal of you to being the cinematic guy in Prague, is this record the first steps on the moon or the first men mission to Mars?
uh, I would say that like there is nothing groundbreaking uh about combining prog and symphonic elements. That's kind of a bit what it started with, honestly. That's what prog rock was in the beginning. So it's nothing like groundbreaking. Oh wow, prog guy putting symphonic stuff in the music. Whoa, mind blown. Never thought that would happen. No, it's not like that. But the difference is that in my music, it's the foundation, not the layers. So I have a lot of songs that are not prog, but I have a lot of songs that are very prog. I have a lot of songs that are not metal, some songs that are really heavy, at least for my standard. But what they all have in common is that they're cinematic. So that is kind of the core of my music. And the first thing that I recorded for this album was the orchestra. And then I layered. the other things on top. So it's kind of an orchestra with the band rather than the other way around. So I feel in that sense, I kind of start from the opposite end, because I feel a lot of people, they write for a rock band and then they add some layers of cinematic stuff later. To me, it's the other way around, basically. So that's how I really, really want to take that all the way, basically.
Is it less challenging or more challenging to then add the vocals when you're starting off with almost like a movie score?
Hmm. For the vocals, I would say it's pretty much seem like it's very. It doesn't really matter that much which instruments play the layers that I like, or the foundation. It doesn't matter that much. I mean, I'm comfortable with putting vocals on whatever. The main thing is that, like, whenever I do put vocals, I need to make sure that there is not someone else going around doing a melody at the same time in another instrument. So I needed to think the whole time that there would be vocals there, but you can hear longer stretches without vocals than you could hear on any of the last Leprous albums. And I think that you can be a reason that the instruments often take the lead role on some of the, and then I just don't sing whenever that happens.
One thing I gotta say about your music, either be your solo stuff or with Leprous, is I'm not a fan of prog in general because
No,
I find
that
it that
makes the
makes me
two of
feel
us.
stupid. No, for me, it makes me feel stupid. I'm not intelligent enough to grasp what you guys are trying to create. But when it comes to Leprous and when it comes to your solo work, I feel like you create music in a way that makes it more accessible for me to be able to appreciate it more and not feel ostracized by it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And I'm
that
and I'm,
makes,
I'm not
yeah.
quite sure what your formula is to achieve that, but I find a lot of people go in the complete opposite direction, is that they want to create something as dissonant as possible to make it as difficult as possible, while you make something incredibly complex but still very accessible at the exact same time.
I think, like, the thing, like, when it comes to prog music, I kind of agree with you. It doesn't make me feel stupid, but it makes me think that, like, are you guys trying to make us feel something, or are you trying to impress us purely? So that's like,
Exactly.
and I want to feel something when I listen to music. So whatever, whatever flavor that whatever, like, small, like, flavors and spices that we put there to make things a bit more complex, it shouldn't really make it harder to listen to. It shouldn't make it more like, oh, I don't understand what happened there. Like, it's just, we make it subtle. So all the things that are like prog about our music is quite subtle. When it comes to my, so, and also we love melodies. We love big choruses, catchy choruses, and I kind of love to write in this sort of way where, yeah, you can kind of have a very simple base and then add the complexities, yeah, in a subtle way, basically. And I think that's why uh uh it's easier to listen to for some people, and for some other people who prefer more instrumentalist type of prog, it's boring, I guess.
You can never make everybody happy, I can tell you that much.
No, that's 100% true.
When it comes to surrounding yourself with the right people to create an album like Vox Occulta, is it more demanding? Are you more demanding of who you surround yourself with because you don't have the band there with you to kind of be, a sounding board to kind of put you in check when you need to be put in check?
So definitely, like, it is very different to write for my solo stuff than to write for Lepers. Like Lepers, there will be, like, there will be a lot of, like, opinions, and, like, even though I'm the songwriter there mainly as well, but there will still be people who want to do their own parts, and they will want to kind of do their thing within the framework of my composition, basically. And sometimes they compose themselves as well. So it is quite different for the solo record. I need to think more like, okay, who do I need for this particular section? So yeah, I have like three different guitar players on that album, just depending a bit on the style that I was going for on that song. So I definitely, I guess, would pick and choose a bit more based on what I do, and then I want to have some people that I come back to, like I have a couple, like especially like Kelly, the drummer, and Chris Baum, the violinist. They did everything with me so far in the solo project, so it's nice to have like some sort of foundation.
You worked with the Norwegian Radio Orchestra on this record. How important was for you to have them involved in this album?
I think it's very important for the sound that I'm going for, and to make that you can layer things up, you can use samples, etc., but it will never be a real orchestra. A real orchestra is the only thing that will sound like a real orchestra. You can make it sound somewhat like an orchestra, but you're gonna hear a difference between there is something very special about it. And you can hear that on my album. And I would say they are quite vital part of the sound that I'm going for this time.
They are such an important piece of the sonic puzzle, if you will, especially when it comes to that movie score style approach. You've done so much. Is writing a movie score the next step in the evolution and your own personal evolution as a songwriter?
Yeah, like definitely I would love it, but kind of a bit on my terms, in a sense, like I don't want to fight to get into that industry. I did a bit already, like collaborated with the guy about some small things already. I realized that it's something I could easily do, but I'm not gonna put myself out there and say like, oh, choose me, pick me, pick me, pick me, and like try to get into that and like try to please and do everything people ask me to. It's not really in my personality. So if I do something, it would rather be if someone likes my vibe and want me to do something in that vibe, I guess. So 100% I would do it. But I wouldn't just like search very actively for it either.
So if like Norseman was coming out with season four, would you be down with doing the movie score, the show score for such a funny, non-serious production, if you will?
Probably, but I'm not really that heavily into the Viking music stuff. It would be more Vardruna, I guess, who
Yeah,
are
that's
more
true.
suitable to do something like that. The other Norwegian Einar. Uh, the, so uh, so like I don't feel my sound is particularly Norwegian or Viking sounding
Yeah.
at the moment. So I think I could like anything melancholic could kind of work for me, honestly.
I agree with you on that. There's definitely a different vibe when you have more of a Sten Kubriak style sound.
Oh, I love Stanley Kubrick, so I'll take that as a big compliment.
Yeah, I think that would definitely check your boxes a lot more, and I think it would be a much better fit all around. All around. With the album coming out April 24th, are you planning any live shows? Is this something that you're just doing as a studio release, or is there going to be more than just that?
No, no, I just announced the full package for my European tours. I'm starting there, and then let's see if I come to North America at some point later as well, or different parts of the world. But it's a big step for me because yeah, I did one small solo tour in Latin America one time, but that was only me and a piano, like so. But now I'm gonna go with like a full band and string players, and like it's a more tricky setup.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit more elaborate.
Yeah, it is. It is, and harder to break even.
How do you transfer what you've created in the studio to a live performance? Is there a gap? Is there a difference? Is there an adjustment?
And not so much. I think we can solve pretty much everything with the mixing. I will bring on the first tour. I will bring a cellist and a violin player, plus the like a couple of guitar players, bassist, drummer. it's going to be a quite big band, but also a keyboard player who will also do a lot of like the orchestral stuff. So it will be like of course, I cannot afford to travel with an orchestra. That's obvious, and think pretty much everyone understands that. But to bring at least a few string players, it gives some of that vibe already, like that. So that's the best I can do for now.
Yeah, it keeps the essence of
Yeah.
what the record is alive. Uh,
Yeah,
you
it does.
you you have an incredible voice. You're one of my favorite vocalists in general. I'm not even talking about metal or genres, prog. I'm just talking about it in general. You have such a unique tone, such a unique delivery that is just absolutely mesmerizing. I normally, every time I check out one of your songs or anything that you do, I always tell my son that you could sell ice to Eskimos with a voice like that. When did you discover that voice?
Well, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Well, I think I discovered my voice. The first thing I ever did, like, I mean, I was singing a bit my whole life just for myself, and I always was easy for me to sing along to both male and female vocalists or whatever, and I thought just that was normal in a way. Like, I didn't know that that was something special. Thought everyone could do that. Uh, and then I realized, okay, maybe I actually can do some things. And then when I was, I think around 15, or like the first thing I ever did was like this Beatles musical in like um, junior high, I think you call it. Like it was and then after that, I got my own band, and we started playing like some punk rock covers or grunge covers and stuff, or whatever we could do. And I realized this was the most natural thing in the world to me in a way. My mother is a classical vocal coach, so of course I've got something from there, but I wasn't really interested in whatever she was doing when I was a kid and early youth. So I was just like, whatever that stuff she's doing, I don't care. I want to play like football or like soccer or whatever you call it, and and listen to rap and hip hop and that's like kind of was my youth, or like some sort of rock. But then later on, like the interest grew, and then I started having lessons with her, and then singing more and more and more, and then yeah, then we got it going.
Man, you were one goal away from being the next Holland. Just think about that.
Yeah, I wish.
You
I
know,
know. I
that could have
think
been you.
no, it couldn't. I was more talented in music than in football. But I'm very excited for the World Cup, though. I will.
Yeah, my
It's the
my
first
boy
time we've been there.
Freddie Osnes
Mm.
is back with the national team. He plays for my favorite team in Portugal, Benfica. And Frederick had stepped away from the national team, from the Norwegian national team. I'm probably mispronouncing his last name, but
But
uh, he's coming back to the national team, so I'm excited about that.
like who is that? Like how do you know him?
He plays for Benfica in Portugal. Frederick Ausnes. I think that's
Yeah,
how
but
you pronounce it.
yeah, but who he is? Like why do you know him?
He plays for the team that I follow. I
Oh yeah.
He plays for Benfica in Portugal. I'm Portuguese, even though I live in Canada. I'm Portuguese. So
That explains everything. Okay, now
he's
I
like,
get it. I was just like, I'm like, because that's like, yeah, I know him. He was doing really like, I think hopefully will be a part of the
yeah. He announced that he's
team.
coming back for the World Cup, which is great because he's
Yeah,
a great player. He's a
yeah,
great player.
okay, but that makes so you're Portuguese. Ah, okay,
It all
now
makes sense.
everything falls in. Now it all makes sense. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because like,
I
how
was just
does a
like,
Canadian guy know about
what?
this
Yeah,
dude?
why? Yeah, yeah. We know him kind of, but he's not the most famous player we have.
For me, he's the
There's
most
just,
famous Norwegian player because I love that dude. I think he's a phenomenal player.
yeah,
I just love him. Him and Sheldrup, who also plays for the same club, Benfica, who
yeah,
also
yeah, 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 yeah.
Norwegian. So yeah,
I live not too far. I live in Malaga these days,
oh oh
and
you're
so
close.
yeah, I'm close to Portugal. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
I'm
very
close
close.
to the south.
And I'm going to be close to your. I'm not close. I'm going to be in your homeland. I'm going to be in Oslo next week for Inferno.
Oh yeah, or me too.
Oh, you're going to be there as well?
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
I'm gonna see my nephew playing.
Who's your nephew?
Angel,
Uh,
uh, or Angel or Angel, with two L's. He's the son of Ishan.
oh, I didn't know that.
He's playing on the last day, I think, or like is the fourth? Is that the last day, or is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember.
Sunday, Sunday.
Yeah, or no, I think it's Saturday. He's playing. Saturday he's
Okay.
playing, I think, on the fourth. So he's playing on John D there with his project. So you should check it out.
Yeah, it's
And check.
downstairs from the Rockefeller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's random.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to be there. I'm arriving there on Monday. I'll be there all week actually.
Okay,
So,
amazing. I'm coming for that show only, but yeah, you will see me there.
oh, I'll look for you in the crowd. I'll look for you
Yeah,
in the
come and say
crowd.
hi.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. That will be a blast. I got to ask you this last question because we covered on the channel the cover that you guys did with Leprous of Aha. And growing up in Portugal, I was a huge Aha fan, let me tell you.
yeah,
Morton, in my opinion, has one of the best voices ever in the whole world. Like he
yeah. I
sounds
agree.
as good today that as he did back in the day. Like I don't know what the secret is. But you guys did a phenomenal cover. Him as a vocalist, has he had an impact on you being from Norway, being an incredible vocalist himself?
So, I guess so. Like subconscious, probably. But like I always liked Aha. Always liked them a lot. I was never like a massive like, oh, they are my favorite band or they are someone that I listen to, but I always really liked it. So I think whatever is of influence there, which I'm sure is some, is not deliberate from my side, in that sense, I guess. But I guess that's the best influences, the ones you don't think about. Falls a bit more natural. And it's the funny thing, like you would maybe think that is like, oh, that's Einar is probably such a massive fan of them since he keeps on covering them all the time. No, I didn't ask about covering them once. They just happened to like one time it was like Vega, like Ishan just came with, hey, you want to sing on this song? And I said, sure, let's go. And then the other time was yeah, the Musora thing. It was just like we just got that song. It was just like it's random. So, but I get it. I get why people would put me to sing Aha stuff, but I get it. So
I think you're the new Morton, if you ask me, at least
yeah,
for this new generation, not for the old gen. The old generation obviously would look up to him in terms of being an iconic singer coming out of
yeah,
Norway.
yeah,
But for this new generation, you definitely fit that box. You may not
yeah,
want
yeah.
to, but you do.
But that's, I mean, like, I would have loved to. So to me, like, I just take that as a big compliment because he's an amazing singer. So
By the way, before I go, I just want to tell you this. We're all in different places of the world, but we're all interconnected. Ishan is touring in North America with Emperor, is actually playing in Toronto Friday, 2 days from
yeah,
today.
yeah.
I'm going to Norway. You're in Malaga. Like, I mean, this is, man,
But
the world
I'm
is
in Norway
insane.
right now. I just came a few days ago.
Oh, okay. So now
So
you're in Norway.
but
The
my
world is
apartment
crazy.
is in Malaga.
Isn't the world a crazy place where
It is.
everybody's kind of interconnected without even knowing?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I just came hanging out with Ishan's daughter now, like, and so we just she's also a singer and artist herself. So
I think the genes, the family pool is rich when it comes
yeah, it is. Yeah, probably,
to the musical side.
probably. Yeah, yeah.
Einar, thank you very much for your time. This was an absolute pleasure. I'll
Thank
see
you so
you.
much.
I promise I won't be creepy or
Ah,
weird or
don't
anything
worry,
like that. But if
don't
I
worry.
see you, I'll come and say hi to you in person.
100%, 100%. Just gonna
And
say hi.
I'll definitely be seeing you there. Looking forward to the trip. Have a good time. I hope everything
Thank
goes
you so
well.
much.
And
Thank you.
congratulations on this phenomenal album coming out April 24th on Century Media.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Thank you. Bye.